This is the video for square 27 of the Rosy Outlook crochet along. This is going to be part 2 of the video, and it shows you how to do this section here with the single flower in the middle. Part 1 shows you how to do this section here with the 2 flowers on either side. Okay, so here's the section from part 1 that we completed. And now we're going to continue on with part 2. And so for this, we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And turn. And this counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. And then we are going to skip that first double crochet, skip the next one, and double crochet in the next. And chain 1. And we're going to skip the next double and then 1 double crochet and chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet. And with this, we're going to do just like we did in the center portion here. We're going to do 7. So that chain counts as 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to do 5 and 6 and then 7. So if you see here, our chains, or our double crochets will overlap just a little bit. Then we are going to chain 4, 2, 3, and 4, skip 1, and then put a 3 double crochet puff stitch in the next. Right, and then we're going to chain 1 and skip 3 and put a 3 double crochet puff stitch. And then chain 1, skip 3, and then put a 3 double crochet puff stitch. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to skip 1, and we're going to put those 7 double crochets with the chain 1 spaces in now. So double crochet, skip 1, chain 1, double crochet, and then do it all over again. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, all the way to the end until we have 7 double crochets. And then the last one, we'll just double crochet into the top of that chain 3 from the row below. All right, so that's what we should have. Okay. Next, we are going to chain 4, and we're just going to do the same thing we did in the previous row. We're going to add those chain 1 spaces and double crochets. So that chain 4 counts as a double crochet and a chain 1 space. And then I'm just going to go ahead and speed through this and we'll get to the middle because that's where it gets different. That's where it changes. Okay, so let's get those 7 double crochets and I'll meet you there. All right, so here we are. We've got our 7 double crochets with the chain spaces, chain 1 spaces. And next we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we are going to single crochet in the tops of each of these puff stitches. So we're not going to do any chain spaces or anything. We are just 1 single crochet in the top of each, one right after the other. And then we are going to chain 4. Oops. And then double crochet in that next double crochet. And then do our chain spaces and double crochets all the way across to the end. So go ahead and do that and I'll meet you for that turn. All right, so here we are at the end of the row, and don't forget that that's a chain 4, so you skip that very last chain and go into the 3rd one, and you're going to double crochet. Okay, so then next we are going to chain 4, and that again counts as double crochet and a chain 1 space, and then we're going to do those 7 double crochets and chain 1 spaces. Okay, so let's do that all the way across and I will meet you here. So here we are, we have our 7 double crochets and chain spaces in between them. And next we are going to chain 1 and put a 3 double crochet puff in the first single crochet here. And then we're going to chain 3 and put a 3 double crochet puff in the center single crochet. And then chain 3 again. And then we're going to put a 3 double crochet puff stitch in that very last of the 3 single crochets. All right, and then we are going to chain 1 and skip the chain space and double crochet in that first double crochet there, and then create our little pattern with the double crochets and chain 1 spaces. So go ahead, do that all the way across and I'll meet you at the end. So here we are, we've created our flower motif in the center now. So it had been on either side on the previous sections and now it's in the center. And then what you're going to do for the next row is you're going to put double crochets in every chain space or stitch across. If it's a chain 3 space, you're going to put 3 double crochets. If it's a chain 1 space, you're going to put 1 double crochet. And then each stitch gets 1 double crochet, and that's going to create this solid double crochet row like we did here. And then you are going to alternate rows 2 through 9, or I'm sorry, repeat rows 2 through 9, and it's going to alternate between the 2 and 1 motifs. Okay, and you're going to do that through rows 17. So 2 through 9 until you get to row 17. And then you're going to single crochet border all the way around like we do on all of our other squares. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you can also see the flexibility with it. Whereas if you want to do, just repeat these, the first section here where it has 2, then you can keep repeating those. Or if you just want to keep repeating this first or the single motif rows, then you can keep repeating those, and you can really switch up how many of these flowers you want to have. All right, well, we will see you next week. Next week is going to be the last 3 squares of the crochet along. I cannot believe we are already to the last 3 squares. So I hope you enjoyed this week, and I'll see you next week.